Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since there's been a video to share with you guys, but today we're finally going to get one out for you. There's a lot of big news. As you can see behind me, we're fast at work here on a new layout in my home that we've been in for about a year, but you guys haven't seen since it's been longer than that since I've put out a video. But we're fast at work here. The first phase of bench work is already complete. I'll take you around the room in a little bit here to have a look at all of that, and we'll go from there. A couple other things I wanted to share with you guys today, including a quick update on my roster, the track plan itself, and some other big news. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so here is a look at the bench work as it stands right now. This is phase 1 of bench work, which is the exterior section. There will also be a second phase, which will include a island that comes out from this side of the bench work here out into the room and kind of wrapping around a little bit. But I'll kind of walk you through everything we're looking at here and flash the track plan up as I go as well, just to have you guys get a sense of what we're looking at. Just as a reminder, we are currently modeling the Finger Lakes Railway, headquartered in Geneva, New York. They span out and service towns in Penn Yan, Watkins Glen, Auburn, all the way to Causeway, which is just west of Syracuse, New York. So we'll start over here, which will be the main hub of activity. Eventually, right now it's just storage for the decking and insulation foam that'll be going down on the layout. But this whole wall here, this will eventually be Geneva, New York, and the central yard there. And that'll kind of be the hub of activity as you will. As we head railroad east out of Geneva, we'll hit the beautiful town of Seneca Falls right around here, and then we'll make a quick transition into the Causeway, which is a landmass of man-made dirt in Cayuga Lake, which crosses over the lake, obviously, right here, and then slowly transition into the Auburn area here, which is a rather large hub of activity for the Finger Lakes, and then we'll end in a yet-to-be-built staging yard that'll be over my workbench over there, representing Solvoy. As we flip back around here, I'll let you know what's going on as you go railroad west out of Geneva. As I said, there will be a peninsula that comes out here. That'll be the branch that goes to Canandaigua, the Auburn Road. As it comes out, there's a few industries that will be right here on a peninsula coming out this way. I'll pop that graphic up just so that you can see what I'm talking about. It'll then split off, and there will be a line that goes off to Victor, which is the former Lehigh Valley main line, and then there will also be one that continues to Canandaigua, which is, again, the New York Central Auburn Road. As we go actually railroad west out of the Geneva area, we'll be on the Norfolk Southern Corning Secondary for a little bit. That line does still see a local from Norfolk Southern that will be modeled. Runs along the coast of Seneca Lake. Should be absolutely breathtaking. In real life it is. Hopefully I can do it some justice in the model. But as we come further west, which is technically south at this point, we'll hit Himron Junction. At Himron Junction, the Finger Lakes has additional trackage that will come off this side of the this 4x8 section. This will represent the former Pennsylvania Railroad line that runs down to Watkins Glen. It'll come off here. I'm not actually modeling Himrod Yard itself, unfortunately, just because of room constraints. It'll come off here. This will be a trestle that's on the way down to Watkins Glen, and then we'll have Cargill and U.S. Salt on this stretch of trackage. On the other side of this piece of bench work, there will be a divider in between. This will represent, on the other side, this will be Gang Mills Yard, which is Norfolk Southern's origination point for local HO6. In order to do all this, I'll again show the track plan here, but there will also be a line coming out of Watkins Glen that comes, what would be Railroad North, but it's going to come out, duck under the main line that goes to Gang Mills and goes over here to Penn Yan. Penn Yan is actually one of the first sections of the layout that's got some track work down. I did start over there just to kind of get an idea of how to do these things pretty much. I mean, this is my first time actually working with FlexTrack and everything like that. So it was good to have a little learning experience on a smaller part of the layout. I learned a few things about how I had my track plan set up, and there's actually definitely going to be some changes over here eventually. But at least I now have a place where I can run trains a little bit. So as you can see, we have the current locomotive roster set out over here. So let's get into a quick roster update here next. All right, so the roster itself is still relatively small. Should be getting bigger here in the near future. I do have one extra locomotive that's almost done, just not quite, so it's not over here just yet. But to the left we have here a GATX leaser. This is an MP15, former Southern Pacific, former Union Pacific locomotive. This locomotive is pretty much modeled exactly like the switcher that the Finger Lakes Railway uses in Solvoy, New York, and it'll probably spend most of its time there on the layout as well. The next locomotive up is Finger Lakes Railway 1989. This one's been finished for a while and it has been seen on YouTube videos before, but it's a Finger Lakes B23 former Conrail. They had some fun with this one and put it in a FGLK quality scheme, which was pretty neat. Next up is a former Providence and Worcester B23 that Finger Lakes has now actually put in all black paint, but doesn't have the lightning stripes just yet. I modeled it with just the black cab and still partially in P&W paint, just because I figured that was a fun way to model it. It did spend a lot of time like that, and it actually just ended up that I finished this model about 2 weeks before they actually put it in full black paint, of course. And then on the end here for the GEs, we have Finger Lakes 2301. This is one of their original B23s. They actually just got revived. It was sitting on the deadline for probably close to 10 years, but just last year they pulled it off the deadline and got it working again. It's on plenty of their mainline freights at this point. And then on the end here we have a Norfolk Southern GP38-2. This one is kind of neat to me just because I renumbered it to be one of the last remaining Lehigh Valley Jeeps that's on the Norfolk Southern roster. This was originally a GP38AC. Norfolk Southern remodeled them as GP38-2s. And Atlas thankfully does a relatively accurate model, so all I had to do was renumber it and it was good to go. This one has Tsunami 2 sound in it, but the rest of the Finger Lakes roster actually has ESU lock sound. So there's a look at the roster, and we'll get things wrapped up now. Well, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in for the video. It's been a long time since we've had one, but hopefully it won't be quite as long for the next one. One more piece of very exciting news I wanted to share with you guys just before leaving. I actually have realized a bit of a lifelong dream. I've set up my own online hobby shop. The name of the shop is Apollo Modelworks. So far right now we're just starting on eBay. I do have plans to set up a website in the near future as we build out our inventory, and hopefully you'll see me at local shows with a table worth of stuff in the near future as well. For now, we will be just on eBay. I'll leave the link in the description to get down to the eBay store. There's not a lot on there yet, just because most of my first order from the wholesaler was already pre-sold, thanks to some friends, which I appreciate. So in the next order, I'll be sure to get some goodies up and that I can put right on the eBay store so you guys can check it out. There is a little bit on there now. If you want to check it out, feel free, and I appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet and want to, feel free. The subscribe button's right down there below the video. Hit the bell icon as well so you're notified when I upload. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.